Hey, I want to take a little bit of time today to make a video about a question I'm seeing come up quite a bit since the recent mass murders. One thing I'm hearing a lot of people say, a question I'm hearing them ask is, where were all the good guys with guns while this was happening? Why didn't they stop these atrocities? If good guys with guns can stop bad guys with guns, why didn't they do it? Well, the reality is, even in Texas, where one of these events happened, which is why most people were like, why weren't there good guys with guns around? In Texas, there should be a good guy with a gun around every corner. It's still not very likely that you're going to be saved by a good guy with a gun if you find yourself in one of these horrific situations. It's just not likely to happen. Now, am I saying it never happens? No, of course it happens. It happens quite often that bad guys are stopped by good guys with guns. In fact, way more than you would ever believe if you just look on an individual basis. But if you're talking about mass events being stopped by good guys with guns, that actually happens too. The media just doesn't publicize that, so most people don't know about it. So the anti-gunners hope that when they say it's never happened, you'll just believe them and not actually do any research. But it does happen. But the odds of it happening are very small, and there's multiple reasons for that. The first reason is a lot of these things happen in gun-free zones, in no self-defense zones. So in those situations, there's not likely to be someone there who is actually carrying a gun, a good guy who's carrying a gun. Because most good guys don't want to break the law. Even if we can get away with it, we don't want to. It's like going to the mall. Mall's a gun-free zone. I can go to the mall, conceal carry, no one will know, but I choose not to usually go because I'm like, Amazon's a thing. If you don't want my business, I won't give you my business. And I know most gun people are the same way. They're like, I don't want to go to the mall because I can't carry. I don't want to go out to a nightclub because I can't carry. So when these things happen in these gun-free zones like schools, college campuses, nightclubs, malls, private businesses, most good guys with guns are being good guys and not going there because they're not supposed to. So the chances of being saved by a good guy with a gun in one of these self-defense free zones is not very likely because we avoid those places. That's just a reality. That's not our fault. That's the fault of the people who make them gun-free zones. Victims-only zones, I like to call them. But that's not even the only reason why it's not likely that a good guy with a gun is going to save you. Even if it's somewhere where maybe there are people with guns, maybe people with guns can come, it's still not very likely a good guy with a gun is going to even be there to save you. Because when you look at the numbers of people who have carry permits in this country, it's only about 16 million active carry permits in this country. And that includes some carry permits that are doubled by people who have them in multiple states. I have them in like 4 different states. Other people do too. So I account for 4 of those numbers. So it's a very low number when you look at the entire population of the United States, which people above the age of 18 make up about 250 million people in this country. So adults, there's about 250 million adults. And only about 16 million of them have carry permits. Or not even 16 million of them. There's 16 million carry permits distributed amongst them, and some people have multiple. So a lot of estimates say there's as low as like 9 million individuals that hold carry permits if you break it down by name and state. So that's not a lot of people. It's way under 5% of the population even has a permit. But those people usually don't even carry. If you look at the number of people that they say carry every day compared to the number of people who have permits, it drops very sharply. Most estimates of a number of people who carry a gun every day in this country, according to the University of Colorado, University of Washington, the Department of Public Health, etc., is nearly 3 million. Now, after I read the study, it appears these studies include 1 million people that are in law enforcement, private security, uniformed security, etc. So that doesn't leave a whole lot of individuals like you or me, just regular civilians, carrying a gun every day. So the odds that one of us is going to be there when something bad happens isn't very high. And here's the reality, if one of us even is there. So far we've talked about how most places are gun-free zones where these things happen. Even if it's not a gun-free zone, there's just not a whole lot of us to go around. And now we're going to get to the reality of when we are there. When we are actually there, which like I said isn't very likely because not nearly as many people carry as a lot of pro-gun people like to think, when we are there, also, not as many of those people that are actually there with a gun are as Rambo-esque as they like to pretend that they are on the internet. When bullets start flying, it really quickly becomes about you and yours, not about the general population. We look out for our own first. And I've said that for a long time. And like G-Web said in a chat the other night, it is not my responsibility as a concealed carry holder to protect you. I got my concealed carry permit to protect me and my family, my dependents. And it's upon you to do the same for your family. So when it actually comes to an active shooter situation, if there are people there with carry permits, and this has been seen many times, they protect their family, their children, they get them to safety. And then if they can help, they will. But by the time they usually get their family to safety, it's over. These things don't last like an hour usually. They last a very short period of time, especially in public places where people can't have guns. So by the time someone with a concealed carry permit, even if they're there, which is unlikely, takes care of their own business and comes back to help you, it's over. It's too late. And like I said, it's not our responsibility to protect you. It's no one's responsibility to protect you but you. That's why I encourage people to get their permits and to carry a firearm. Now, I can't make anyone who doesn't want to carry, and I wouldn't even try to. But I will give you compelling reasons why to carry. Like I said, do you ever want to be in a situation where you feel so helpless? Like those people that were trapped in the nightclub bathroom saying, he's coming down the hallway, he's shooting people, we have no way out, we're going to die. Do you ever want to be in that position, or would you rather be in that position and go, he's coming down the hallway, I've taken up a defensive position, as soon as he's in range, I'm going to take the shot, and I'm going to do my best to get out of here alive and hopefully save other people in the process? Which one of those two situations would you rather find yourself in? Would you rather find yourself in a situation where you're in a Walmart or something and there's shots being fired? Would you rather be able to take your children to the back, get a defensive position and be ready to defend them if you have to? Or would you rather have to huddle in fear and hope somebody else saves you? It's all about personal responsibility. Just because of the number of people that carry, where they're actually allowed to carry, and what they're going to do first, what their primary objective is, the chances of them saving you is very slim. So stand up, be adults, be mature, be responsible, and be ready to defend yourself.
Oops.
Go ahead. It's a lady at 46 South Road. 46 South Road.
Station 1 call, retone that please. 10-4. Captain 4 to go to that location. This is 1-9, is that correct?
Sorry,